So we got caught in the rain coming down to the Buza bar along the side of the Dubrovnik walls. Very fun. I thought we'd be covered when we got here. Turns out it's not. Most of it's this bamboo stuff you see in the background. And the bartenders were nice enough to let us come chill out behind the bar so that the baby could be warm. And now we're putting into work and he's serving beer. Awesome. Little tip, maybe carry a small umbrella.
Hey y'all, how you doing today? We drove into Dubrovnik and we were gonna stay 2 nights there in Croatia before we headed out to our next location. The Airbnb had a really cool terrace, which was awesome. The actual room itself was not very large, but that's fine because you're there to see places, not to see the Airbnb.
Yeah, it did the trick. All right, so after a very rainy first night in Dubrovnik, we ended up getting up really early in the morning, and against all the forecasts, there actually ended up being a very, very beautiful day.
It was beautiful.
We went up the gondola, up the mountain to get a first-class view of Dubrovnik.
We were like the first ones there.
It was awesome.
It was nice.
The gondola itself only costs about €20 round trip for adults. Kids under 4 are free. So
Woo!
That was awesome. Harrison had a great time looking at the scenery.
So after the gondola ride, we took the gondola back down to kind of main part of Dubrovnik and then walked down a very short walk into Old Town Dubrovnik. Don't take your stroller, by the way, because there's a lot of cobblestone and stairs.
Stairs galore.
Yeah, so this is definitely a carry the child, you know, either on your back or front carrier. We had an Ergo 360, I'm sorry, it's not an Ergo 360, it's an Ergo Performance. Anyway, so we carried Harrison that way. You can buy tickets on the west side of town at Pile Gate, P-I-L-E. Is where we got those, and they're about $25 per ticket. There's a fountain right there in front, and you can actually fill up your water bottle, which is really fun. Get some nice fresh water that way. I recommend taking a water bottle with you because going around the walls takes probably about an hour and a half. You could definitely take longer or shorter if you wanted to. There are a fair number of stairs, so be prepared for a little bit of exercise on this trip.
But the views are spectacular.
The views are great.
That's a big stair, isn't it?
You having fun, mister? Yeah?
Oh, okay. So much fun.
So much fun.
So as you can see, we pushed Harrison a little bit, and he fell asleep during the walk, but it's good. He got a little nap. After we finished walking the walls, we actually ended up going to lunch at this little pizza place called Domenica, right in the middle of Old Town. Excellent pizza. I highly recommend it.
Super fun.
Harrison also learned during our lunch how to carry more than one thing in a hand at a time.
Yeah, he loved transferring into all one hand. It was really cute.
Pure joy.
I'm gonna put them all in one hand.
Oh, there you go. You got this.
Oh, you messed it up.
After lunch, we walked through Old Town and went down to the harbor, which was fun. And Harrison got a little surprised with the water. we didn't expect the waves to be quite as big as they were, but it's just water. It's fine. After that, Harrison was definitely getting really tired, as all parents can relate. Sometimes your kid just really needs a nap. So we went back to the Airbnb, and travel tip, bring some aluminum foil and tape with you. The window didn't have a shade, so we were able to just foil that over, made it nice and dark, and so he was able to take a great nap, and we just kind of rested.
All right, so after Harrison woke up from his nap, we walked back down to Old Town and got some dinner, and just toured the area at night. I highly recommend that. It's beautiful. It's just
The lights are gorgeous.
the lights are gorgeous. The architecture's awesome. There are street performers and vendors that are out still. Melissa got to do a little dancing with Harrison,
Yay,
so
I love dancing.
that was so quaint and cute.
Abracadabra, where did it go? Which one? Oh, not that one.
What's that, man?
I don't know, Daddy.
Not a fan of that one, huh?
What's doing this thing?
Are you cockshotting, man?
The next morning, we went to the Dubrovnik fortress. What's it called?
Lovrianats.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try to say that.
I will put a subtitle.
So if you actually go out Pile Gate, where you bought the tickets for the Walls tour, the fortress tour is actually included in that ticket, so you don't have to buy a separate ticket. Go out the gate, and it's ahead on the left. Parental tip, there's a DM, which is that little kind of grocery store along the way on your right-hand side, right by the taxi station, which is a great place to pick up a few snacks if you need those for you or your kiddo. And the fortress has a lot of stairs, so be prepared for some climbing.
While we were doing the Fortress tour, we saw a couple of Game of Thrones tours going on as well. And if you're a Game of Thrones fan, Dubrovnik is where a ton of scenes are shot, and we saw them holding up pictures of the exact location they were standing at within the show itself. So I would highly recommend checking that out if you are a fan. Although I'd be careful talking to locals about it. Apparently they're not big fans that all the tourists are coming there for that nowadays. They do love to talk about their history. So if you talk to locals, bring up their history, not so much the show.
That concludes our trip to Dubrovnik. Highly recommend a visit.
And Croatia in general.
Yes, absolutely. So tune in next week. We're going to talk about our trip to Athens, and we went there directly after Dubrovnik. So thanks for listening, y'all.
Thanks, guys.
Don't forget to subscribe below.